Now it's part two of the four-man competition for the World Championship of 2025. We're into the more historic and exciting part and past the controversy. This guy over here is Cypress Gray. He is a Canadian bobsledder who helped Martin Haven commentate on the event. He looks like a pilot for a transport carrier about to take off. The attendance for the last two heats of four-man competition was super packed, both at the start and at the finish. Like, packed. For the skeleton competition a week before, Americans had to contend against German fans as to who was the most rowdiest. This time we had to contend against the Canadians. They definitely beat us in being the most loudest fans, but we beat them as the most stylish fans. These guys were college friends of one of our American athletes. As I was walking up the deck to cheer on the athletes in the third heat, something happened that would complete the circle of events that had happened before and during this competition. I was stopped by Brazilian Olympic journalist Mariana. Before and during the World Championship, she had been following the Brazilian Sliding Federation up and down the track, chronicling their journey during the event. She just wanted an interview after Ben Lottie had gone down the track. Once he had gone down the track, she came over and we did the said interview. The snippet of an interview that talked about how reciprocal acts of kindness led to this poster got onto Brazilian Times stories on Instagram. Definitely an insane and unforgettable moment. I hope that she's able to continue to follow the Brazilian Sliding Federation as they get into the 2025-2026 season and hopefully the Olympics, as she is a dedicated and creative asset to the team. Just as that interview was finishing, the Chinese sled, piloted by Yongjing Li, crashed. It was one of the scariest crashes that happened during the championship. The brakeman got out of the sled but wasn't able to escape the careening bobsled as it pinched and dragged him partially down the track. Luckily, one of our medics was there to assist him. Here are the results of Heat 3. Germany once again in first, second, and fourth, with Brat Hall of Britain in third. Del Duca and Horn finished in 5th and 6th. Talate finished in 13th, and Jeffrey finished in 19th. Now it's the fourth heat, and there wasn't a moment of silence, it felt like, as Jeffrey Gabois got into 18th place, Christopher Horn landed in 7th place, Frank Del Duca took 4th place, Bryce Hall of Great Britain took 3rd place, bronze, and the Germans took 1st and 2nd place with Lochter in 2nd and Francesco Friedrich in 1st yet again for four-man. I want to talk about this moment when the Edson bobsled team made the 13th place in the final heat of the four-man competition. It is the highest position any four black man team has ever gotten in the history of the World Championship. These two pushed during the 1980 Winter Olympics so that Edson Martin and his other two men could be in this moment. And the great Dudley Stokes, who was also here in Lake Placid during the event, pilot his Jamaican sled so that there can be moments like this. What a season this guy has had. 3-time all-around in the North American Cup, and he gets to end his season like this, knowing that he's not going to be the end of Brazilian bobsled as the next generation is coming up and looking very promising. Well, this is the last Benson post until he comes back, or when I'm able to encase the bobsled helmet in a case like this and put it over there on my bobsled wall. Next video I will cover the women's two-man competition.